We're back. This is P. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe now. That way you're up to date with all our latest unboxing and review videos. Today is September the 8th, 2025, Throwback Thursday. Let's go. And we had some releases this morning as far as sneakers. That's what this channel is primarily uploading content for. Sneaker unboxings, that's athletic shoes, various brands, along with electronics, accessories, fragrances, supplements, apparel pickups, and what else? Anything that we can get our hands on. So yeah, always make sure you're checking out our content. Whenever you got a chance, make sure you share the video with your friends if possible, and click the notification bell. That way you'll have an alert of content that we upload on the regular, whether it's shorts or full length. All right, yeah, but back to the releases today was the Supreme Nike SB Dunk releases. And I just recently started ordering from Supreme due to my schedule in the past and just how the Supreme brand in the last 8 or 9 years was up. Then the last 2 seasons, it was just okay. And it seemed like the releases now have a little bit of hype. And what we mean by that is nothing's wrong with the look, the design, the concept. It's just like the vibe, the fad, the hype, you see what I'm saying, of that brand and the collaboration is just not the same as it used to be. But it's starting to incline a little bit as far as apparel. But they released a 4-pack of sneakers, supposedly, because I never saw the gray and purple ones. These are low-top SB Dunks. So the only thing that was available right at 11 a.m. For me to enter, I went with the black and red ones that sort of gave off like the throwback. It wasn't like the original Pigeons colorway, but I think it was one that was like black and with the red sort of like with the color blocking, premium materials on the upper with the suedes and nubuck and all of that from the visual. Anyway, tried 10, size 10, 9.5, and 9. The next thing you know, sold out, and you could only enter like 2 of the same style in your cart. And then I entered for the other colorway, which I think had more, I want to say like blue in it, and an L on those. So then I went with the white ones, which I like white crispy sneakers. But white isn't the most popular in the last few years. It's other colors primarily versus just all white. At least with the SB Skateboarding Dunks by Nike. But anyway, all of those sizes was available, it said. But while waiting in line to check out, I caught an L, which means I wasn't able to secure any of them. So anyway, comment below if you was able to secure any. And unless they're releasing the purple and gray ones, I didn't know it was going to be that much hype. That was just the favorite one that I saw visually, my favorite. Comment below if you was able to get those. And yeah, I guess we just got to keep it moving unless Nike decides to acquire those, since they are Nikes, and release them at a later date, or a few of them anyway. But today's video is going to be an unboxing of an Air Max 95 that we're about to get to in a few seconds. But first, I just want to give this information out. If you are trying to purchase, pick up, obtain for yourself or someone else, or multiple pairs of the Jordan 4 Stone Cave, I think it's the colorway, like the autumn vibes, with like the brown or brownish gray. They're calling them the Po-Mans, Travis Scotts. Every now and then you'll get a Jordan that looks similar to a Travis Scott or Off-White or something from back in the day. Yeah, it's super expensive as far as resale. It's super limited. And they make GR, general release, for the public and all full size run. But with that being said, I really don't have complete predictions. I mean, going into autumn, it's a clean looking Jordan 4. It feels like the year of the Jordan 4s, which is my favorite model. I was able to exclusive access them through Finish Line and JD Sports. And make sure when you do that you check and see if you've been buying or purchasing clothes, apparel, accessories, or sneakers. Always check your reward status points to apply to your checkout to save if you're into saving money, right? But Hibbett's is open, Foot Locker, Champs, and Finish Line. I think Hibbett's might be counting and sorting through their in-store pickup winners and their online winners. And when we say winners, of course you still pay for it, but you got a guarantee unless they cancel your order last minute, which is known to happen with certain retailers, but you pretty much got a confirmation. So anyway, if you want to pick them up in store or have them shipped to you, try to enter the raffles if this is a pair that you really want. The materials look great. Only thing that I'm wondering about is the white on the outsole that wraps around from the air unit, the air bubble to the other side. It's white. I wish it was cream, like a sail color. I think that would have blended in better with the brown and that little piece that looks sort of translucent like the Sugar Daddy before you get to the air unit. But speaking of air unit, let's go ahead and get to these Air Maxes. Big bubble. This isn't the official release pickup. It's just that I caught these on sale through the Shoe Palace. And normally in past practices, my sneakers from the Shoe Palace would be like in a humongous out of control box for one pair, and it might be beat. Shout out to the Shoe Palace. Or like in a sack, like a mailing bag, which is cool, but you risk more damage of your box. I've had some damaged boxes before. Shoe Palace, you know, sometimes it's your only source when they restock or when they're running sales, but you may risk your actual shoe box being beat when you open up your package, damaged. Just like my Jordan 5 Grapes. The box was like tiger style, got a hold to it. By the way, shout out to Trey John on the beat. But this one is looking nice and neat. Maybe they got a few complaints. Quality control in the shipping, packing, and shipping department. But I got these on crazy steal. I was able to obtain these. Haven't saw them yet, haven't opened the box. So fingers crossed, everything is intact. For $99 plus taxes, and I think I had to pay the shipping. And this shoe is a sneaker that released a few weeks ago for $190 plus tax and plus shipping, depending on where you order from, or if you picked it up in store, your gas, right? On your commute, depending on how far it is, but just your time travel and all of that. But you get it on release date, of course. And that's the benefit of if, like with these raffles I mentioned for in-store pickup, you actually get your sneakers on that day. So if you got to wear them or wear them the next day, you got them. You don't have to wait 3 to 5 to 7 business days and hope that your package didn't get lost, damaged, or worse. But anyway, yeah, traditional Nike box, tangerine, reddish orange, and with the Nike and the swoosh in white, and the content label Nike Air Max 95 OG, which means OG style, original, and I guess this is an original colorway from 1995, obviously. Black, and what else? Baltic blue. And in the last few years, you're gonna get the size conversion, so I went with a men's 10. My true to size is 9.5, but these may be for a friend if he wants them, and he wears 10 or 10.5, and this converts to a women's 11.5. And I just want to half size up also because if I keep them with the Air Max, they're sort of padded. It's sort of like, you'll see what I'm talking about if you're not familiar. Air Max 95, whoa! These are super. It's been a minute since I had an Air Max 95. I think the only one I've had was the Evolution of Icons fire colorway. Shout out to Nike on that design, where it was like all the OG colorways mixed in with the layered grays, which my favorite is the neon that I never had. But this right here is super clean. Oh, side note, Evolution of Icons, I think I resold that one and made a pretty good profit. But all I'm saying is, go on StockX, do a Google search, and check out the Air Max 95 Evolution of Icons, the resale price now. It's crazy. So if I put these on ice, hopefully the same thing. Primarily black, nice hit of that Baltic blue, which I thought was going to be more of a, it's actually like a light teal. I thought it was going to be more like an aqua hit. This is more of like a teal. Yeah. Alright, so Air Max 95 OG. Obviously, this is a model that released in 1995. Think about how many years ago that was. Not 2 decades, but 3 decades. It's 2025 now. You do the math, like it's crazy. And like, this is one of the most expensive sneakers that Nike made, other than with Jordan brand. And then in '96 with the Foamposite, which if you're interested in the OG blue, but it's called something else, like the Royal or Game Royal, it's almost like a matte material. Those are releasing, I think, this week or this weekend, if you're a collector of Foamposites. I still got my Galaxies in the stash. Check out my eBay store if you need a 10.5. Follow the links in the description. But yeah, 1995, we're taking it back to the year of hip hop, R&B, pop, alternative, grunge, and fashion at its finest, where the baggy fits are back in the last few months, almost a year now. Like, you had the baggy clothes, still some of the windbreakers by Nike to match up with your Air Max 95s. You have Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren, Nautica, some Wu wear by the Wu-Tang Clan. The Jesus album dropped. We should have mentioned that yesterday for Wu Wednesday. The Genius / Jizza, 1995, Smith & Wesson. The Shining dropped, and I want to say ODB's album, rest in peace to ODB, released in '95. A lot of hitters, as far as hip hop, R&B, pop, grunge. You already know Green Day was out with the album Dookie, and yeah, and on the gospel tip, I mean, it was just like an amazing era of the '90s. And think about if you are a collector of the Air Maxes, and you go from the Air Max 1 in 1989 to the Air Max 90, how amazing it was and comfortable. Air Max 93, I don't remember the Air Max 91 or the 92, comment below, but the 93, I had the watermelon colorway a few years ago. Amazing design and the style and the look. And it's collectors. It's like in groups and forums. Air Max 90s. Shout out to the CY Messenger. Follow him for music and his collection of the Air Max 90s. The Air Max 94 was nice too. I had the neon color way of it. I may call it lime green, but because that's my favorite color. But then from 94 to 95. This is the model. Look how different it looks than anything else in the way it looked on feet with a fit. Like with this, with like all black, it would be crazy. But and it's sort of lightweight. there was so many variations of this. You know, you got the Essentials version, the SE, but it's just this horizontal layering, and this is actually in leather when usually it's in nubuck. The rapper The Game always talk about the Air Max 95s and the OG colorways, and this is the big bubble, which means your air units are larger and more visible. And we're not talking a 360 bubble that wraps all the way around like the 97. The 98 was okay, and you know, every year they drop a different model. The newest one I had, I think, was the 22 or 23 in triple black, fire. And then I still have the triple black Air Max. I may break those out in a second if I can find them just to compare. VaporMax Plus is fire for like 2018. But back to these. We'll start from the outsole with the design. You got thick, rugged traction. And then you have, I guess this is part of the air unit, a little hit of Nike in the swoosh right here before you get to your arch area. And it curves up to the ball of your foot. And still having those points, just like the Air Max 1 and the Air Max 90, that represents different points of your foot. Because you want it ergonomic, you want the latest technology for walking, running, being active. And like I said, this was one of the most expensive shoes. Like, you had the Tri-Maxes too, but the Air Max was definitely in competition as far as runners and walking shoes with the most expensive Asics at the time, and some of the other brands, Reebok, Adidas, and all of those. So this is like a model you would hope to get for Christmas or for your birthday, especially if you're still in school, to be at the bus stop or walking down the halls or at your locker with this pair on. So you move from the black to the visible air unit with this blue, light teal. You get a hit right here, a small hit right here, and also right under your heel for comfort, and in the back. And then it goes from black to your light blue, black, some little texture right here, and then your lacing system. So the colors always pop, the loops starting right here, and it crosses its ways up with these oval or small rope laces in black. No need for a lace swap, I don't think. I think just keep it true with the black. And then, and a lot of times you would get like 3M material. So I don't know if this would be 3M on the heel or not, maybe. We'll have to see. But you would get the Air half in black. All of this is embroidered with the Air Max oval right here. Your tongue cushion. And it fits sort of narrow until you unlace these a little bit. So comment below, do you like your shoes to fit tight and snug so everything is comfortable and on point with your fit? Maybe you're a narrow individual and you just like the look of almost like the stock lacing, or do you like to loosen them up and wear them sort of wide? Now I remember his photos of the Wu-Tang Clan. I keep going back to them with the 95s. Probably Mobb Deep, rest in peace to Prodigy, Nas. I mean, it's a iconic model and sneaker, the Air Max 95. Nice fit around the heel, and your insole is going to be blue with Nike Air Max in black in the swoosh. And I looked up, somebody titled these Aqua, so that's why I just broke out the recent release of your Aqua 8s. Quick versus battle before I grab those other ones for the real verses. Aqua 8s for 2025, OG Jordan 1993 model versus your Air Max 95. Which one are you rocking with? Comment below. You already know I'm gonna go with the Jordan 8, the These are fire. Like I said, these retail for $190 plus tax and shipping. And I think they're probably at, if you go on StockX, probably $258, $268 right now. Big Bubble, which we first saw with the Jordan 1 OG colorway in the white, gray, and red, or white and red. Then they released the blue Big Bubble for people that don't wear red or don't match with their school colors, or just not a favorite color, or not a collector. Then you had that option. Or you could have both, wear one on each foot. A few years ago, then you started seeing the Big Bubble with the Air Max 95, starting with my favorite of all, the Neon. And I think they've recently released the blue OG colorway with the Big Bubble. Comment below. Maybe another one, but this is the Big Bubble series and line. Comment below how you feel about these. We'll get a close-up and a quick switcheroo. You know how we do. Take it back like it's 95. Not 94, 95. They're giving them more what they bargained for. Oh. Got these at the Shoot Powder store. I think DTLR still has these in stock for the original price. Trey John on the beat, whoa. Remix, IMAX 95. Let's get it. Quick versus battle. First, let's unbox these. This is going to be a 9.5 VaporMax Plus black, dark gray, which is going to be smoked out chocolate gray. And we'll just grab one of these beauties and just go over the timeline, which is going to be simple and straight self-explanatory, right? We're going from 1995 to 2018 on this release, which I still see people wearing to this day because it goes so crazy and it's way more lightweight. I like how this pops though, but this is going to match better. This is your triple back black with your little head
yellow on the heel.
And these, this particular pair retails for about $200, $225. Sometimes you can catch them on sale for $190 if you got some promo codes, slightly less. But there was reselling for about $300 at one point. And be careful, men and women, because I know a lot of women that get these or used to purchase these as well. There are some on sale, right, that looks exactly the same, but the outsole is clear, so the entire pods of bubbles is not blacked out. They're actually clear. So if you want the full triple black look, be careful, or you're gonna get them and be like, something. If you never had them before, you're like, something's off. I don't know what it is. They're still clean, and yeah, it's just gonna be different. Shout out to Vreston. He has the gray ones, the hella gray, all gray. There's so many different colors. For the ladies, it's pink. It's black and white, white and black. Shout out to Intrigue, my cousin representing Charlotte, North Carolina. He had the triple white ones, crispy, and I was tempted to get those too. Still super narrow, Air Max, VaporMax, both of these. Yeah. And shout out to some of my other friends that has this exact same colorway, male and female. Triple black, amazing. Just be careful when walking in slick spots until you get used to these.
However,
in this versus battle, you already know. We'll hit it one more time with the Air Max 95 light teal versus your 2018 triple black Air VaporMax Plus. Alright, so make sure that you are prepared for these releases. Jordan 4, Cave Stone Saturday. After that, we have the Air Jordan 5, Fire Red Black Tongue, OG treatment, Nike Air on the back. Amazing. And then the remainder of the year is still hitters. We still got the Black Cat 4s, triple black Nike Air treatment on the back. In November, I think Black Friday as a matter of fact, we also have the Bugs Bunny Jordan 8s releasing, the the Taxi 12s, and the Gamma Jordan 11s from, I think, 2013. Re-releasing this holiday season for Christmas, along with like 3 or 4 other colorways of Jordan 11s. However, pick and choose wisely. If they don't fit, if they're not correct, if they're not your style, you can always take them back or return them, usually within 30 days to 60 days, unless it's a sneaker boutique you ordered from online. And just keep in mind, if it's something that's super limited or sought after or sold out, if you make a decision to return it and get your money back, because you more than likely it's going to be sold out, so you won't get to exchange it unless maybe you take it in store and then somebody brought another pair in, or some are sitting in this area. Stay blessed, declare it, claim it, victory. Shout out to everyone in the United States and worldwide. Shout out to all my friends and family and everyone that supports. And stay on the lookout for more unboxing videos. P.oastman. Check out my eBay store. Follow me on Instagram once again at P.oastman. Let's go. What was that? Charlotte Hornets colors. Big Bobble 2025. They're calling these aqua, so I guess they will match up with your Charlotte Hornets fits, but it's like a ballistic blue or something. Size 10. Comment below how you feel about these versus the triple black VaporMax pluses. Yeah, triple black. That's a size 9.5. By the way, Trajan is on the beat. This is P.oastman. Yeah, I picked these up. Retail was $190 plus tax. But I had some promos and caught them on sale for $99 plus tax and shipping. I couldn't get the free shipping, but still win in my opinion. DS.